Welcome to Storytimer at Large. Margaret and Bruce Moser, 1978, Hartford City, Indiana. The Moser family lived a few miles north of Hartford City, Indiana. Margaret A. Adamson Moser was born in 1955. Margaret went by the nickname Meg. Bruce Wayne Moser was born in 1957. Meg and Bruce Moser had a nearly 2-year-old daughter in January of 1978. Meg was a stay-at-home mom, and Bruce was a meat cutter. Bruce came home during the day of January 4th, 1978, to take his wife to an appointment. This was a young family without a lot of money. They likely only had one car, so it makes sense that he would need to come home to drive Meg to the appointment. Bruce Moser did not know that a crime was already in progress as he came to the door. An intruder was already in the home. Both adults were shot in the head with a .22 caliber weapon. Margaret Moser had also been sexually assaulted. Their almost 2-year-old daughter, Carrie, was found physically unharmed. She was found on the sofa. She was hungry and dehydrated after 2 days alone with her murdered parents. On January 23rd, the blizzard of 1978 occurred. It snowed for 2 days, followed by extremely cold temperatures and blowing snow. Indianapolis recorded a bit more than 15 inches of snowfall. Things had cleared up by the 30th of January, though. People were digging out and getting back to work and school. I remember that blizzard. It was pretty intense. I think just about anybody who lived there then can remember those really severe blizzard years of the mid to late 70s. With some significant ones. A little further south, Mr. and Mrs. E.J. Shastine were killed that same year on January 30th, 1979, in a similar home invasion, also with a .22 caliber weapon. That's just 26 days after the Moser murders. Both couples lived in rural, isolated mobile homes. All 4 adults were shot in the head with a .22 caliber weapon. Could these 2 murder cases be related? I wondered if someone was coming and going from Indianapolis or another town, maybe midway between the 2 sites, and robbing mobile homes. Mobile homes would be perhaps a little easier to break into. They tended to be a bit flimsier than a standard built home. What if that robber was doing this on a fairly regular basis? What if these 2 times he happened to find people at home or the owners returned home while he was there? Looking at the map, one of the sites, Hartford City, is northeast of Indianapolis and one is southeast of Indianapolis, but both are along a common route of Highway 3. E.J. Shastine was shot twice in the head. Faye Shastine was shot 4 times. 3 shots were to the head and 1 shot hit her in the back at the 12th vertebra. It was thought that the shot to the back was the first shot fired at her as she attempted to flee. A young man, Lindale Ivey, was convicted of this murder. His girlfriend, Teresa West, was also convicted. Did they also kill the Mosers 26 days earlier? Lindale Ivey was from Columbus, Indiana. He was living in Arkansas in the 70s. In 1976, he faced charges for grand larceny in Parkin, Arkansas. He was in the habit of breaking into homes to rob them of things he could sell or pawn for money, it seems. He did not have any regular employment. He was picked up in Parkin, Arkansas after pawning some of the guns he had stolen from the Shastine home. Did he steal guns or anything else of value from the Mosers' home earlier? Did he go to Indiana in 78 or maybe even at Christmas time in 77 to visit family and stay a while? What was that time frame exactly? I wonder exactly when he was there. Was he there on January 4th when the Mosers were murdered? We know he was in Indiana on January 30th when the Shastines were murdered. Perhaps Lindale Ivy left evidence at the scene of Meg and Bruce Moser's home that can tie him to this murder. He's currently incarcerated in Indiana for the Chastain murders and was given an additional sentence for an escape attempt. He's due for release in 2027. I wonder if anyone will get around to testing the DNA left at the Moser family scene and see if any of it belongs to Lindale Ivy. If you have information concerning these cases, the Moser murders, please call the Indiana State Police District Investigative Commander at 260-432-8661, or you can call 1-800-552-0976. Rest in peace, Meg and Bruce Moser.